to Motherhood Unscripted, the podcast that shares the unspoken changes that affects a woman after she becomes a mother. This podcast not only sheds light on the complexities of raising children, but also gives solutions that make them feel empowered, gets to talk about the honest and raw truths in motherhood. It also advocates for mental well-being of moms and also builds a community that connects mothers together. Let's work together as we unlearn what society has taught us and learn who we are meant to be as women and mothers. Hi everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Motherhood Unscripted. I'm your host Gladys Kangau, and today I have a really exciting topic to be sharing with you. But before I start, I just want to thank all of you who have been engaging on these videos. It's really motivating because I'm able to show up and continue to with you these amazing videos. So thank you for liking, thank you for sharing and subscribing to these videos. And if you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please like, share, subscribe these videos because it is able to reach a wider audience and it will be able to reach a mama who is in need of such videos, who is in need of answers to what happens when a woman becomes a mother. So with that, please, I'm giving you a chance to like, subscribe, comment, share, so that we can be able to reach many people and for me to be able to give you more of these videos. So thank you. We are already almost 12 episodes out, which is really exciting. So if you have not watched the previous episodes, please go back, check on these episodes, and you'll be able to get so much content from there, so much knowledge that I've been able to put out. And if you are also interested in becoming a guest, please feel free to DM me on my Instagram under Motherhood Unscripted. If you want to talk about your story of motherhood, of anything around motherhood, if you're an expert, please feel free to share and DM me on my Instagram. So without wasting any time, let's begin on this video. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful and often unspoken transitions in a woman's life, and that is called matrescence, and how it changes everything, including who you are, what you are, and in all aspects. So we can dive right in. So what is matrescence? So matrescence is the complete transition a woman goes through when she becomes a mother. And unlike adolescence, it is hormonal, emotional, and also an identity shift, but for moms. Yet, unlike adolescence, no one really prepares us. But instead, we are handed a baby and expected to snap back, to work, get back our bodies, get back to our old selves. But the truth is, you're not going back. You're becoming someone new. So let's talk about grieving the old you. That is something so important, but not many people get to talk about or say it out loud. Sometimes you miss who you are before you become a mother. And that doesn't make you a bad mom. It makes you human. Always remember that. You may miss your freedom. You may miss your body. You may miss your social life. Even your career or the carefree way you used to live or move around the world. Grief in motherhood isn't always about the loss of life. Sometimes it's the quiet grief of losing parts of yourself that mattered. And if no one has told you this, let me be the first to tell you. It's okay to miss her. So let's talk about the identity crisis. So matrescence was coined by Dana Raphael, who is an anthropologist. And matrescence is like adolescence. and it refers to the complete transition a woman goes through when she becomes a mother. And this affects you in each and every way. It is emotional, it is hormonal, it is physical, it is financial, so spiritual as well. So, but unlike adolescence, no one really prepares us for matrescence. Once you become a mother, you're expected to go back to your old self. You're expected to snap back. You're expected to go back to work, your body to return back to normal. But let's be real here. That's not what really happens, because once you go through matrescence, there is no going back. You become something new. You're becoming the new you. And that is something not many moms all over the world are often told. So once you become a mom, you're usually just, it's go, go, go. There is no time for rest. You're expected life to continue as normal. But let's be real here. So let's talk about something not many people are able to say it out loud. Grieving the old you. It's really something not many moms are able to say it out loud, because it is not seen that we are grateful. It seems like we are complaining. It seems like you're not grateful for being a mother. It's okay to miss who you are before you became a mother, and that does not make you a bad mom. You are human, you are feeling, and we are made to believe that once you think that, you're not a good mom. But it is normal to miss parts of you that were lost. Maybe it could be your freedom, it could be your body, it could be your social life. So grief in motherhood isn't always about the loss of life. It is missing parts of you that mattered before you became a mother. And if someone has not yet told you this, let me be the first. It's okay to miss her. It is okay to miss those parts. And I don't want you to feel shame. I don't want you to feel guilt. I want you to know that it is human to have these thoughts, to have these feelings. So matrescence brings with it an identity shift. And once you become a mother, it feels like that is what the world sees. They just see you as being a mother. And maybe you used to have a career, you used to have other things that you are doing before that. But now that is where your identity shifts, because now you are not only a mother. There are so many other things that now are added onto your plate. Because once you become a mother, you have to take care of this baby. You have to also, if you have a household, you have to take care of it. If you have to go back to work, that is also another thing. So it becomes really, really, what I can say is it becomes now the plate is still the same plate, but what has been added on once you become a mother is now so many other things, you know. Now you have to be caring for this young one 24/7. You have to ensure that they are clean. If their clothes are clean, you have to change them, you have to feed them, wash their. So this shift now, this work that you used to maybe wake up, you're a mother, you can wake up just before becoming a mother, just wake up, shower, and maybe have breakfast and go to work. But now your identity, now you are a cleaner, you are the cook, you are the nurse, because now if the baby is sick, you have to figure out how you're going to take care of it. So most of us mothers get lost in our identity, because now you have so many things you're juggling. Friends may drift, because now if you have friends, maybe now you're a mother, you no longer are able to do the same things that you used to. Careers may take a toll on you, because now it becomes difficult for you to balance it all, find your footing. Maybe you are a career lady, maybe you used to have a side hustle, maybe you used to have and other things that you're doing. It takes a toll on you, because you're not able to balance everything all together. Also, your passions may fade into the background. And I know you can relate, because becoming a mother is a really, really huge transition. And that is why it's really important for us to talk about it. Because you used to have these passions that you're doing, they might fade, because now you're busy taking care of your little one, and there's now little to no time for you to focus on your passion. So finding that at the beginning can be really, really difficult, or finding the balance can be really, really difficult. You may find yourself asking, what do I want to do anymore? You know, that identity shift. Do I want to chase this career anymore? Does it really matter? Does that passion that I was doing, is it really important? And I want to know that these are really, really normal things that we go through. It's just that not many of us are able to say them out loud. So if you're there sitting, please comment down below as we continue this video if you have ever asked yourself that. You may find yourself asking, am I allowed to have dreams or chase my dreams that do not involve my kids? So many moms really ask themselves that question. And also I ask myself the same, because once you become a mother, you're expected everything that you do to dedicate it to your kids, to dedicate it to your family. So some of these questions that, you know, come up once you become a mother, they are real, they are valid. Yeah, so just remember, once again, as I continue through this video, know that you're not alone. And if this resonates with you, please comment down below as we continue this video. If you find yourself asking these questions, know that the answer is yes. Yes, you are allowed to have dreams that do not involve your kids. Yes, it is normal to question who you are. Yes, it is okay to ask yourself, who am I? How am I finding myself? How do I find myself again? So this is really, really normal. Okay? So here is where the beauty begins. Once you get to acknowledge the shift, that is where you rebuild yourself. Once you get to acknowledge, this is what I'm going through, and through this understanding about matrescence, understanding that it is normal, understanding that matrescence shifts your entire being, that is where you start. So it is very, very critical and very, very important for us women to understand that it starts by acknowledging. Because most of us mothers, we really go through so much. We suffer in silence. We don't know what to talk to. We feel like we are failing. We feel like we are not doing enough. And that leads to a lot of resentment. But once you get to acknowledge that this shift is really huge and it has changed my entire being and there is no going back, that is how you begin to grow. That is how you start. You may start writing again. And I remember the things that I even did, even when I started, when I understood about matrescence. I started doing small things however I can. And I started by just taking small walks every day in the evening, getting some sun, going outside. And I know that might look different for everyone, but that is how it started for me. So maybe you can start by writing again. You can start by going back to your old hobbies, because there are maybe some things you used to do before you become a mom. You can start by going back to your old hobbies or finding a new one that can work around now your new normal. Again, just remember, there is no going back to who we were, but we are just layering ourselves with wisdom, knowledge, and the messiness of motherhood. So it might feel like you're meeting yourself for the first time again. And it's really important to honor that, to meet yourself where you are, and knowing that once you start from there, you're going to be so much wiser, so much better, and you will be able to show up for your family in a very, very special way. And just like the caterpillar, it does not become a butterfly overnight. So neither do you. Know that it takes a lot of unraveling, it takes a lot of surrendering, a lot of looking inwards for you to become the new you. And that, dear mama, is a beautiful, sacred place to be. So always remember that. If this episode spoke to your heart, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and share it with a mama who needs this video. So until the next episode, I want to leave you with these words. Be kind to yourself. Breathe. And remember, you are becoming her. So until the next episode, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.